Hello, this is Dominic for Paphos Life. I'm currently filming a cat, but I'm actually at the top end of Paphos Seafront, standing by Pingouino Cafe. I'm here on the 22nd of May to film the antique car show. It's at the harbour, and I'm a little bit early, so I thought I'd wander up here and have a walk along the seafront as well. Pingouino's is a great place for food, especially if you're gluten-free, because they have an extensive gluten-free menu. Let's pan back at them. That's our daughter. Used to be sensitive to gluten, but turns out that a family member of the restaurant is a celiac, so they know all about how to prepare gluten-free food and everything, so they were a real godsend. I'll cross over. Actually no, I won't cross over yet, because I want to show you a couple of things down here. Apparently tea for two is very good for breakfasts. A bit tempting. Just before I go on the seafront, I just want to show you down this street. There are a few gift shops that you might not otherwise notice. And when I was doing my series of articles on Cape Paphos, I went in them and found that some of them had some really nice stuff in. So before you spend all your money on the seafront itself, come and have a look here, because there's some shops up there, more there, and these here we like. Let's see if we can get them in. See? Also, the cash point machine is here. That's worth highlighting, because there are other machines around, but if they're not associated with a bank, as this one is, you will get scalped in commission big time. So if you're here, use that machine. Mind the cars and cross over. Huh. I was going to walk down there, but a bit of a diversion. I don't think I've got. Can I just nip down here? I think I can actually, so that's good. Over there are some restaurants. I've featured them in previous films though, so I'll go down this way today. In the past when I've been filming here, it's been big waves crashing over here, and I haven't been able to walk this way, so it makes a change. It's bright but cloudy, I'd describe it as today, which is quite good for filming, because everything won't get overexposed. Isn't a mask in sight now, because you no longer need them outside, and it's too bloody hot for masks. I want to film anyone getting changed. Yep, so there's quite a few swimmers now, out of camera shot. And there's a shadow boxer up ahead for some reason. So now I'll come round again. Now the quick pan round to the restaurant that I missed, just so I don't feel left out. Everyone's heading to Paphos Fort, not Paphos Castle, because no royalty has resided in there, which is what the difference between a fort and a castle is. A fort is built for fortifications by the military purposes. was told that by Security Absolute Services. This is what happens when you have sponsors by people who are ex-military. They pick you up on details like that, which is good for them. Let's have a look at the rocks. It's a low tide today. Now that's always a bit of a sore point talking about tides in Paphos, because on our traditional forum, it's an old, I would say DOS based forum, but it's not that old, non-Facebook forum, there you go, which we run. There was an argument that predates the existence of Paphos Live as to whether Cyprus has tides or not, and the answer that I'm giving is that yes, it does have tides, but they're very small. Okay, more noticeable are the seasonal effects that you get, i.e. like spring tide, etc. Here for instance, you can see all these rocks, they're not exposed every day. That is all I am saying on tides. Let's have a look at some more shops. There's a wooden pub over there. Not quite sure what the selling point in that is. I've got my dead cat muffler. That's really, there's a nice boat going out. Yes, in terms of crowds, as I said, this is a Sunday morning, fairly early, so it's not going to be that busy, but when we were driving through the other day, we certainly noticed a lot more people around than there have been in the past, and there were a lot more red number plates around. Not quite enough for us to start moaning about there being too many red number plates, but it's getting there, because we always have to moan about something, don't we? Right, going past Eliane now, another site sponsor, also host of the Cater Paphos webcam. A familiar view there for anyone who looks at that webcam. Captain's View Cafe Restaurant. Now this little area is quite unusual, I think. It's like there's an arena in there. Well, there's a multiple levels of, well, it used to be multiple levels of shops, but the top level isn't used anymore. And you only really, it's the sort of thing you only really notice when you look at it from above. But who knows, in years to come, that might pick up again. Speaking of things picking up again, I noticed last time we drove through Bar Street that they've actually been doing a bit of tidying up in there. One of the ruined buildings has now got metal fronting, so it looks a lot more presentable. And I think it was even Lineker's, someone's been clearing out lots of stuff out in there because there's big piles of wood outside it, so it did look a lot more presentable, I have to say. It's a long way to go yet, but anything's better than what it used to look like. A few more shots of... Here's a more traditional souvenir shop. All I'm saying is don't just look at these ones, look down the alleys at the other shops as well, because you'll find a much greater variety of product. And haggling is allowed, whether you'll get any discount or not, I don't know. But sometimes you'll find if you don't haggle, they'll just give you a discount anyway. And you've got some street vendors, kept selling sponges. Mediterranean sea sponge, there you go. Yes, oh, and shells and shark teeth. There's some paintings here. Very good. Some of those I couldn't recognise, but that's probably down to my age rather than anything else. Everyone recognises Mr. Bean though. I remember years ago when I was travelling in Asia, I'd go to a dingy little cafe in northern Thailand, and there'd be a barmaid there. Be sat in front of his little black and white TV watching old Mr. Bean films. Most bizarre. All gifts. They do reasonably priced drinks in there as well. It's nice, like I've found in Cyprus that you don't get scalped as you do, say, in London for the necessities. Even like if you go into the middle of the archaeological park, there's a vending machine there for drinks, and I think it's, last time I looked, admittedly about 2 years ago, it was only about €1 or €1.20 for a canned drink. Whereas in London, they'll want your wedding ring. Oh, here's some interesting little pictures along here. Must be some sort of... That's because they're not of Cyprus. In the heart of Luxembourg City. Okay, fair enough. Well, if you want to see some random cityscapes, you know where to come. Go and have a look at the boats. Now I walked down here a quarter of an hour ago, and the guy selling tickets said something like the first trip was $12.30. They're very popular, all these boats. And you can book online for them, or you can just turn up here. And if you are turning up randomly, try and turn up just before we're about to depart, because they'll be more desperate to sell tickets to a boat that isn't yet full. Of course, they might be full, so you might not be able to go, but it's up to you. There's some fishermen now. There were a few more fishermen when I came up. Get a shot of the boat. Very nice. Right, I'm going to walk through the restaurant place up to the castle, and I'll stop this film because I want to film the actual motor show itself. And the fishing rod there. See if we'll get the pelican. Slightly controversial, the pelican. Lots of people love it, some people think it's cruel, but according to what I've read, it's not actually, hasn't had its wing clips or anything, it just stays here because it wants to. So, in which case it's no different from, say, a pet dog. Theo's restaurant. Just coming up to a little jetty where you'll find all the cruises available. See? Paphos Sea Cruises, Blue Lagoon Cruises, Cruise to Blue Lagoon, private charters, you name it. It's all there. And the wave dance is up there, that's a very popular one. Pelican restaurant. Is there a pelican about? There's a puppy, there's not well, a little dog, don't know if it's a puppy or not. I don't see any pelican though. Hello, do you want to sell your restaurant to my camera?
We have the daytime menu and the evening time menu. Starts from 6.
Oh.
And then we have the authentic Italian ice cream on the other side.
Ooh. Ooh. And okay. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Now I'm feeling hungry. Now we get to some weird things, these metal boxes. I think they're going to be little cafes or coffee shops or something like that. At the moment they're just quite ugly. Hello!
Good morning, good morning.
I meet again.
Welcome to Harbour.
Come and sell your restaurant to me.
Thank you very much.
Come on, what have you got?
Have the best breakfast with 4 English offshore. So many stuff here. You have to come to have a look. We have everything, variety of stuff, nice cocktail, strawberry daiquiri, lemon daiquiri, porn star martini. It's the best place to be anyway. Welcome back to Steve's Bar.
Thank you.
Hello again.
I actively encourage stuff like that. If you see me in my ridiculous dead cat muffler walking past you, please sell yourself if you are a restaurant. Yes, what are these things, are they? They've got power sockets in them and lots of holes. I was here the other day and basically they were being used as a skate park. And before you start going on about kids and all that, it is right in front of the harbour police, so if they get up to anything naughty then they're going to get collared straight away. Now, is it officially open yet? If it starts at 10, oh it's 10:06, so yes it is. So I'll walk up to the castle now and I'll do a separate film for the car show because this one's gone on long enough. Let's have a bit more of the harbour in as well. Let's pan that round. There's the Port Authority. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. God, I have to say some of them look quite impressive. I'm not a car person. I didn't learn to drive until my 30s because I lived in central London, so I got everywhere by tube and push bike. But even I can appreciate that. So I'll end this film with a nice view of the fort. See you later.